Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Code by Lunch, and today we are going to solve the question hands of states. Okay, so in this question we have given that Alice has some number of cards and she wants to rearrange the card into groups so that each group is of group size and consists of group size consecutive cards. So here it is given that we have a group size and all the cards are actually consecutive, and we have given the integer array hand where hand I is the value written on the ith card and the integer group size return true if we can rearrange all the card, otherwise return false. Okay, so here as you can see in this question we have given 1 2 3 6 2 3 4 7 8, and the group size is actually 3. So it is given that we can use a group size of 3. So first we can see that 1 2 3 is actually going to be the group. So as 1 2 3 is going to be the group, we are not going to consider it. Now after we consider 1 2 3, we are just going to move further, and here we can see the smallest element is 2. So can we form a group which consists of 2 and all are consecutive like 2 3 4? So here we can see that we have also 2 3 4. So we will write 2 3 4. Now the remaining elements are 6 7 8, and we can see that 6 7 8 the minimum element is 6, and 6 7 8 is actually consecutive also, so it will form a group. Now we can see that the group can be formed with all of these three, and that's why we just return true as the answer. So that's why the answer for this question is true. So how we are going to approach this question? In order to approach this question, what we are going to do, we are going to make a hash map or a unordered hash map. So in an unordered hash map, what we are going to do, we are just going to store the value, and corresponding to that we are going to store the frequency of this value. So here if we look at the example, for 1 the hash value is actually 1, for 2 it is 2, for 3 it is 3, for 4 it is 4, and so on. For 4 it is actually 1, sorry. So and so on, we can look at all these numbers, but let's do this example only. Okay, so after this hash map, what we are going to do, we are just going to create a priority queue. And what type of priority queue we are making? So here it is given that we will move from minimum to maximum. So whenever we are moving from minimum to maximum, we always take a min heap, because min heap is actually priority queue which is actually gave us a minimum answer. So in this case our 1 is actually, and we are not going to put frequency, we are just going to put these numbers. So 1 2 3 and so on, all the numbers which are inside the array are going to take this. After this what we are going to do, I am just going to take this first element or the top element. After I take this top element, I will check if this is into the map or not. As you can see that this is my popped element, and after I pop this, I can see that 1 is actually in the map. Now it is in the map. What can I do? Now as it is in the map, I am just going to decrease its value because I popped it out, right? So after I pop this off, the value become 0. Okay, now I'm going to check if my map value is 0 or not, and if it is 0, then I'm going to check if it is a top element or not, because if it is not the top element, then because if the top element is actually going to get 0, right? If a middle element is going to get 0, that's why it is not going to get into the further iterations. That's why the answer is going to as false. Okay, so that's why if it is top element, then I'm just going to pop it out from the hash map, from the this minimum queue. Okay, and if it is not a top element, I'm just going to return false. Okay, so this is the approach on how we are actually going to solve this question. Now let's move to the coding part for more clarity. So for the coding part, I am just checking if it is divisible or not. Like if I have 9 elements in my array and group size is 4, so 9 modulo 4 is actually it is 2. So this means that my 2 element would always be remaining, and I don't need that. I just want the modulo to be 0, right? Then it is map. After the map, after map, I am just going to like in the map I am going to store the values and the frequencies as I told you, and then this is the minimum heap where I am just going to put all these values. After this, I am just going for the first, and I am just going to check if it is in the map or not. And if it is not in the map, then obviously I am just going to return false. But if it is in the map, I am just going to decrease the hash map count. After I decrease the hash map count, I am just going to check either my hash map is hash map value or frequency is 0 or not. If it is 0, if it is 0, then I am going to check if it is top or not, because if it is top, then it is okay. But if it is top, then I am just going to pop it out. But if it is not top, then I am just going to return false, because if it is 1, 2, and 3, and my 2 value will become 0, right? And this is something like x. So for the next iteration, I am not going to consider 2, and if I am not going to consider 2, this means that this is not consecutive, right? Because I have to take 1 and then skip to 3. So that's why it is like this. After this, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop it out, okay, or return false depending upon the condition, or else I am just going to return true as the answer. So this is the coding part as well as the explanation part. I hope you like the video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more upcoming videos, and thank you for watching.